Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am the Dragon and putting out another video for everyone. As you guys are well aware, the last one detailed the events that led up to my flare-up and unfortunately a trip to the emergency room. So we are regrouping from that situation. Fun fact, I stood up for the entirety of that video and pretty much for the most part since that flare-up, set aside obviously right now, and the positive side is I've been pretty much in a supine, prone, or standing position since that flare-up. It's been owie on the body. So, but for today, obviously I'm sitting down, feeling a lot better. So I thought I'd put another video, keep things positive, you know? But I do also want to recap some things from previous videos. So let's dive right in. Just to recap everything, I suppose. Flare up over the weekend. This was not the last weekend, the one before that. And then the week after that was pretty much just ramping up the pain medication to, I guess, account for the amount of inflammation that I was going through and causing all that pressure on my nerve. A pretty hellish week, but going into this weekend, rather, I was starting to feel a lot better. So I'm excited about that progress right there. And then today is Tuesday, so I'm feeling pretty good with the medication. Obviously, without medication, another story. Couple updates. So probably 2 or 3 videos I talked about BPC 157 and I talked about TB 500. I was only really able to run those peptides probably for 3 to 4 weeks in totality, just because of I wanted to do a trial run to see if it was, you know, I guess, efficient in what I was trying to use it for. And I'm sure that there is some plus sides to it, but I think for the price and this particular issue, I don't know if I would recommend it to the audience, to be honest. But if it's something that is where money is not an option, and you know, you just want to throw the kitchen sink at the injury, I don't think it's something you can go wrong with effectively. I think but for the price, and as all of you are aware, there's a lot of other modalities that you could spend money on that's going to help expedite the healing process. So BPC 157, TB 500, I think the jury's still out. I think if it was provided to me for free, hell, I'll inject it. Why not? Like I said, kitchen sink, trying to heal as fast as I possibly can. Update on the inversion table. So I'm not blaming the inversion table holistically for landing me back in the ER, but I think it was a combination of me training my legs and also doing the inversion table when I got home to help balance out and decompress the spine. I did a full inversion. That's where I felt that hip pop / back pop, which definitely put me up Schitt's Creek. So I would say if you use the inversion table, you don't want to go full inversion, at least until your back is in a much better position, outside of the danger zone, if you will. Have I used it since? I have not. Has my wife used it? She has. So not a terrible investment. I think it's something that we could do to further along in the process. So don't rule out the inversion table. TB 500, BPC 57. I would say that's definitely lower grade. I did want to talk about my step to heal as fast as I possibly can. Obviously, as you guys know, I'm a certified trainer, both in person and online. I'm very confident in my ability to heal from a corrective exercise modality standpoint. But just as myself sometimes use coaches to get me to the finish line in bodybuilding, I thought it was a good idea to also work with an online professional in that field of lower back injuries. So I am now fully enrolled in a program. I've been doing that program since I guess the first week of the flare-up. So I think I'm in a full week now has gone by, and I think it's effective. I think it's effective for 2 reasons. One, it allows me to take the thought process out of my own training program, and it puts it solely on the person to be in charge of my recovery. I'm a very A-type personality guy, so more is always better for me, but sometimes as we're trying to heal, more is not better. It actually hinders our progress. So putting, I guess, my faith in somebody more skilled or more knowledgeable on that front is something I'm definitely very fond of doing in this regard. So like I said, it's going well. I look forward to continued reporting on this. I'm going to take everything that I learn and obviously put it into my guys' online structures as well, as I continue to dig deeper and deeper into the lower back injury field. I've beaten this injury before, probably, let's see, Japan, America, and so about 3 times now. I've beaten this injury 3 times. So the only difference I would say from this side is because I'm so gung-ho on getting my pro card, seeing my weight dip week over week lower and lower, and quote unquote losing muscle tissue has been mentally a struggle for me. After the last flare up, I've totally let go of that for now. My only focus is recovery. The gym is basically an afterthought at this period. Does that mean that I'm done training and I'm done trying to get my pro card? Absolutely not. That is the end game for me. I will get those things. I just need to, unfortunately, put that in a box until I can open it later. Hopefully this year. That's kind of like my timeline. I'd love to start training again, end of year, but we'll see how we go. And I'm going to listen to, obviously, the people that are in charge of coaching me. That's number one. Last but not least, guys, accountability in the road to recovery. Sometimes it's very necessary to have that accountability. So I'd advise all of you, I get a lot of comments about what's my next steps? What's this? What should I do this? This is a big, serious injury, okay? If you're looking for advice online, sure, you can nitpick certain things and continue to do them in your program, but I encourage everybody to have that accountability by working with a third party, somebody that's extremely knowledgeable in what they're trying to do. There's a lot of passive treatments that you can do, whether it's being a chiropractor, what was the other one? Massage therapy, something I recommended the other day too, decompression therapy. But at the end of the day, be able to track progress over a long duration so you can see yourself actually getting better. And don't rely on your own brain's ability to just be like, I think I'm getting better. I think this is getting better. Have actual data points to showcase that you are in fact getting better. And obviously at the end of the day, we just want to be pain-free. We want to get back to what we're trying to do. I've read all the forums, I've read all the videos, everything that I could possibly find. And it's the consistency in the mindset of some people, unfortunately, is like, this happened to me, somebody get me out of this, somebody let me do this therapy that's going to get me out of this. It's like, no one's here to save you. There are no free lunches. You might get lucky, maybe, low percentage you might get lucky and somebody, cracks you their way, you fall on your ass and everything shifts back into position. But I think the 9 times out of 10, you have to get yourself out of the struggle. And the way you get yourself out of the struggle is you work with somebody that can get you out of that struggle progressively. So I hope this video is useful for everybody. I'm going to continue to update everybody on my progress, obviously. I believe we're around week, it's up in the air. It could be 10 or 12 by this point, but it's been at least 3 months that I've been dealing with this injury. Do I see a light at the end of the tunnel? Of course. I even if I was in dying pain right now, I would still see the light at the end of the tunnel. Surgical intervention is a necessity for some people, but I think ultimately, if you look at the research data, you can beat this injury over a long enough time span if you deploy the right modalities of healing. That is my dragon spiel for the day. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into conversation. Dragon aus.